Hello everyone and welcome back to the UCONN'S Dynasty. The past couple episodes have been kind of insane. Winning 44-0 over Iowa State, having the crazy come from behind victory 42-35 over West Virginia, and then another comeback victory beating Kansas State 48-38. And I think the story of this season has really been terrible defensive play and just if our offense can manage to keep up. I mean, we lost to Cincinnati 63-31 and have generally allowed a ton of points this season. If we run into any of these final four opponents and the offense can't keep up, it's probably just going to be an automatic loss because the defense just cannot get stops. But luckily for us, it is a pretty easy remaining portion of the schedule. Colorado did beat Ohio State earlier this year, but Ohio State has not been the powerhouse this season that they typically are. Colorado's only 4-4. They're 2-3 in the conference. Then there's Liberty, who is 7-2, having a very good season, but at least their roster on paper is not quite up to the standards you typically see in the Big 12. BYU has been one of the weaker Big 12 teams for the entirety of this series. But then, of course, you've got Auburn, and I know they're 4-4, but they do play in the SEC, and SEC teams are always very difficult. I mean, look at Arkansas, who we played earlier in the season, although they are currently 6-2. Real quick before we start this video, I have made a Discord finally. If you want to join it, the link is in the description down below, or I'll leave it in a pinned comment as well. It is open to anyone, but it will primarily serve as a member Discord for future rewards for being a member going forward. You can join for as little as $1 a month. I do also have tiers for $3 and $5 with various rewards. So if that's something that interests you, hit that join button, see if there's any reward levels that you like. This is obviously by no means a requirement. You just watching this video is support enough. So thank you guys for the support, and let's get back into the video. In the last episode, Logan Stern tore his pec and will miss the remainder of the season. Really a bummer to see because he is a senior and this was his final chance to see some serious playing time for the UConn Huskies. But these things, they happen and we just have to move on. So that means that the defensive line for the remainder of the season will look like this. D'Angelo Townsend will be the starting left end. The starting right end will be Johnny McNulty going forward. And the two D tackles will be Calvin Whitaker and Corin Daly with a little bit of Alan Swan mixed in. It really felt like we had found something with Logan Stern in the middle playing D tackle instead of at the edges. He seemed to get to the quarterback quite a bit more, increasing his sack totals in the last couple weeks especially. So it's unfortunate. It felt like we had kind of just unlocked that for our defense, and the defensive line was generally playing much better. Now, a little bit worse, that's for sure, but hopefully Johnny McNulty, the spark plug, gets us going. Here's a look at the stats on the season for the team. Cole Welliver, 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, has been really good since taking over. In the rushing game, Darrell Robinson nearing 1,000 yards, probably going to hit 900 and then even 1,000 probably in today's episode. Also has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season. Receiving, Shamar Porter, 39 receptions for 626 and 7 touchdowns. And Tobin, ever since taking over wide receiver 2, has 8 touchdown grabs and already 400 yards. Defensively, Raheem Lovelace leads in total tackles. Joey Terrell leads in solo tackles. Lovelace and Terrell are at the top end of the TFLs. The sacks is Logan Stern for the moment, but Corin Daly will probably pass him. And for interceptions, it's Joey Terrell with 4, including a pick 6. He also has 2 pass deflections, but the leader in deflections is Santos with 8, Lovelace with 7. You'd expect maybe 4 of those should have been interceptions. We've kind of learned this season that Raheem Lovelace has bricks for hands. By the way, I've quietly been having an excellent season with Zach Costanzo. I've only missed 1 kick so far, and I don't remember missing an extra point, but apparently I did. Quick update for recruiting. Jared Russo did commit to Notre Dame. We can officially remove him from the board. Little unfortunate, but I've mentioned it time and time again. We really have had a great recruiting class, even though it is a little smaller, but we aren't losing a ton of players this season. We're really close to getting Randy Radovich to commit. It should be this week that he does. There is a small chance that Penn State sneaks in and steals him. I find it to be incredibly unlikely, but we are maxing out points on him. And then Kansas State is making a move on Greg Claypool, but he actually visited them during week 9, which was the week that we beat Kansas State. So that is a huge victory for us. If we lose that game, there's a good chance that K-State takes over on Claypool. Now it's looking like we're probably going to get the commit instead. We are number 1 on the power rushing athlete Terrence Cook's board, but Auburn is starting to make a move. It might be a good chance to schedule a visit for him, which would actually be versus Auburn, but it's currently locked out. It's saying that I cannot schedule a visit for a week that already has 4 players scheduled. There's not a single player scheduled to visit versus Auburn, so don't know if that's a bug. It looks like the actual reason is because he's visiting Nebraska in week 13. So the board is almost entirely the same. I have scheduled a visit for the tight end Joseph Flanagan. He is potentially going to be stolen away from us by Notre Dame, who has turned into our new Syracuse. They continue to steal prospects from us. He's going to visit us during week 13 when we play Auburn. He is visiting Notre Dame week 12 though, and Notre Dame gained a ton of influence on us this past week, but we were only giving him 40 points before. We're now up to 65. He is maxed out and our hard sell is really good. Other than that, it's pretty much business as usual. I did increase the points on Leo Apple since Iowa has a lead currently, but outside of that, we are in the lead on basically everyone else. I'm about to start the game versus Colorado, and on paper, they are a better team than us. 86 overall down the board. This is not a free game by any means. I know they're only 4-4, and they're sub 500 in the conference. They're a good football team still. Second to last home game on the season for the UConn Huskies, losing one of their senior defensemen in Logan Stern, but the rest of the team looking to step up and find a way into the college football playoffs. We are currently the 9th ranked team in the country. There is a chance we get there. Just need to win out the rest of the season. I think one more loss and we probably wouldn't make it. Colorado starts with the football, and let's take a look at their offense. They are led by sophomore quarterback Dante Fowler. He has good but not great speed, so definitely some scrambling ability, but most impressively, he's already an 85 overall as a redshirt sophomore. Halfback 1 is the senior Micah Welch, and then it is Camarion Baldwin as the halfback 2, but it's mostly going to be Welch today. Wide receiver 1 is Cam Michael, and you've got Cordell Russell, Draylon Miller, and Caleb Mathis. And then the tight end 1 is Taquan Nortman, and you'll notice that the tight end 2 is a right tackle. And I checked, they don't have any injuries to the tight end position. This is just all they've got. 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes from the 18, and they'll start with a handoff to Micah Welch. Corin Daly got in the backfield but couldn't make the tackle, and that's a pickup of 12 for Welch to start the day. Colorado appears to be a team that likes to run with tempo, so now from the 30, first throw of the day is completed, and that is completed to Cam Michael. 2nd and inches from the 40 for Fowler and the offense. And it's going to be a sack fumble, and look who's going to pick it up. It's Joey Terrell, and it's going to be a fumble 6. It's Raheem Lovelace that forces it out, and then it's Joey Terrell, the linebacker duo, returning it for a touchdown, and UConn takes an early lead off the back of the defense. Lovelace unblocked on the blitz, gets the sack fumble, and who else but Joey Terrell to return it. Well, what a start for this defense, a defense that's really hit or miss, but they do tend to get a good chunk of turnovers. Back to the air with Fowler over the middle. He misses his man. 2nd and 10. He had a man that beat the zone over the middle. 2nd down, though, after the incompletion. From the 13, it's a wide receiver screen to Michael. Makes 2 men miss. He's into the open field. Santos saves a touchdown with a tackle. 44-yard pickup there. On 2nd and 5 from the 48, Fowler back to pass again. Blitz picked up by the running back, and that is also completed. And that is Cordell Russell on the reception. 1st and 10 at the UConn 35. This is how it was looking like the drive was gonna go on the last time around, but obviously the fumble recovered for a touchdown put that in its place, as Fowler going to take off to run, finds a lane through the middle and narrowly avoids the huge Raheem Lovelace hit. Struggling to get any pass rush so far today, as it's going to be a handoff, but there is Calvin Whitaker in the backfield for the TFL. At least we could stop the run. 3rd down and 4. Fowler throws underneath to Welch. He steps out of bounds, losing a couple of yards and setting up a 4th down and 6 for Colorado. They'll attempt a pretty long field goal here. This is 48 yards from the right hash. Kick is on its way and misses just to the right. An inch to the right, really, that it missed. He's celebrating. The kicker is celebrating. He missed. So for the first time today, we'll see the UConn offense, and already with a 7-0 lead, not having to do anything. As Robinson will get the carry to start the day, breaks a tackle, and falls down after a pickup of 3. 2nd down and 7 from the 34, and will look to go to the air. Blitz on its way. Hit as he throws is Welliver, but finding the tight end Marcus Angler, who gets up to the 49. A 1st down for the Huskies. Past midfield now. Robinson in motion. Welliver back to pass, looking for Dalton Schmizniak, who just sat down in the middle, and he'll get 5. 2nd down. Going back to Robinson. Makes a cut up the middle and finds some yardage up to the 33 for another 1st. Max Cadet checks into the game for this upcoming 1st down play. And we're going to get this to Dalton Schmizniak again. And he'll get another 1st down up to the 19. Already 3 1st downs on this drive. In the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 19. No blitz on its way. Just take the check down to Darrell Robinson, who makes a man miss and gets 5. 5 minutes left to play in the 1st quarter as Robinson gets another carry. Tackled down short of the line to gain, so it's 3rd down Huskies. So from the 11, a 3rd down and 2. Welliver back to pass. He wants Dalton again. He's actually got some running room after the catch. Falls forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. Dalton Schmizniak. He has not been very involved in the offense this season. We're giving him more opportunities now over Terry Overhauser, and he looked excellent on that drive. Open a number of times and getting a receiving touchdown here from Cole Welliver, as UConn extends their 1st quarter lead. Need a score here for Colorado probably already in a 2-touchdown hole as Welch nowhere to go. 2nd and 9 from the 19 for Fowler and the offense. Fakes to Welch, throws quickly left side and finding Russell, but it's going to be a 3rd and 6. Can the UConn defense get another stop? 3rd down and 6 from the 22. Here we go. Fowler to throw quickly over the middle, finds Russell again and gets the 1st pretty easily up to their own 33. 3.5 minutes left to play in the 1st quarter. They're still in that hurry-up offense. Handoff Welch, and a good tackle there from Robert Butts allows 7 yards. So now it's 2nd and 3 from the 40 as Russell switches sides of the field. Welch gets the carry, though, and it's Townsend and Daly combining for the tackle, setting up a 3rd down and 2. From the 41, will they go to the ground? They do, and guess who's in the backfield? It's Raheem Lovelace. This has been Joey Terrell's season, but Raheem Lovelace has still been incredible, proving it again here. Just about the best start you could hope for the UConn Huskies as they take over from their own 23. Already up 2 touchdowns. 1st quarter not even over yet. Robinson nowhere to go this time. 2nd and 10 from the 23. We look to throw again, and we want Tobin over the middle. He's crushed as he tries to make the catch, and he can't hold on. 3rd down and 10 here from the 23 as Welliver back to pass. He wants Tobin to the corner, knocked away, nearly intercepted, and it's a quick 3-and-out for UConn. A good return also has the Buffaloes on the UConn side of the field all ready to start their new drive. Welch on the carry, but Calvin Whitaker with what I believe is already his 2nd TFL on the day. Feels like we've already played a good chunk of football. It's still only the 1st quarter. 2nd and 11. Man brought over in motion as this will be Welch again. And it seems like they have a lot more success running to this left side as Hepburn makes the tackle, but he's already up to the 30. Out of the pistol now for the Buffaloes. Fowler calling an audible from the 30. And it's a delayed handoff to Welch. And again, they run to this left side. And it works out quite a bit better. It seems like Whitaker has been able to get through, and Daly really has not to this point. 2nd and inches from the 20. Fowler throws on the RPO. That is caught. Good blocking down the field. It's a touchdown for Colorado. And it looked like they were primed to get that on really their first few drives, as they did not struggle to get big chunk plays and just stalled out a couple times with the turnover and then, of course, the missed field goal. But this time, it's Draylon Miller getting into the end zone, and it's 6 for the Buffaloes. 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Huskies as they take back over. This is a throw to Shamar Porter, but a little in front of him there from Welliver. So on 2nd and 10, we'll have to try again. Porter comes over in motion, and it is a jet touch pass to him, but they set the edge nicely, and it's only 2 yards. Kind of a 3rd and long here. That was Shamar Porter's 200th career reception, by the way. Nice milestone for the senior wideout. So we get this over the middle to Marcus Angler, and he'll get the first. Another good throw from Welliver under some pressure there. That brings us to the end of the first, now into the 2nd quarter from the 41. So Welliver gets this to Tobin, lots of running room, makes one man miss, can't make the second miss though. Still a good pickup for Dorian Tobin. So now on the Colorado side of the field, Tobin comes over in motion. It's a fake to him, and Robinson gets the carry, finds a huge running lane up the middle, gets the first easily up to the 27. Next play is a carry for Darrell Robinson, who gets inside the 10 to make it a 1st and goal at the 9 for the Huskies. Solid drive here after a tough one on the last one. Shaq McBath has checked in, and we're back to pass, and this one nearly intercepted by a linebacker. Welliver just finding Dorian Tobin. 2nd and goal from the 3. Tobin to throw again, and he wants Porter, and he holds on through the contact. Touchdown, Huskies, as Shamar Porter doing his best magic trick here, disappearing in front of the entire crowd. Everyone still knows where he is, though. They're still giving him hugs. It's a trick he's done before, obviously, in front of the team. But it's 6 for UConn, and after the PAT, it'll be 21-7. So the defense allowing a touchdown last time, but the offense keeping it at a 2-score lead for UConn. Let's see what Colorado has in store this time. It's Micah Welch. Raheem Lovelace only allowing a couple. 8 minutes left to play here in the first half. Fowler will actually keep it this time. I don't know where D'Angelo Townsend is going. It's a 1st down for Colorado. I kind of want to take another look at that. D'Angelo Townsend must have the awareness of a pencil, as he looks straight at the quarterback. He looks at him, turns his head to the left, and is like, I don't want any part of that, and runs to tackle Micah Welch. Not very impressive display from D'Angelo Townsend. 1st and 10 from the 30. Man in motion is the tight end, and it's a handoff to Welch. Joey Terrell breaking off of the block there to make the tackle. And now it is a 2nd down and 6 from the 34. Will they keep it on the ground again? They do. Welch with the carry. Calvin Whitaker is there. Corin Daly slowed him up, and now it's 3rd and 5. This is a distance where I could see them go to the ground. They've been pretty successful with it, but no, they do go to the air. That one is completed. Just need a sure tackle. We don't get it, and Michael is injured. I cannot see if they got the first. I think he was short, and he is. 4th and inches at the 40. Will they decide to go for this? No, they are punting it away. Still 7 minutes left in the first half. This is what happens when you play hurry-up offenses. You just end up with a ton more possession than them, or at least time of possession, as this time Robinson will get the first on his carry. Loaded box for Colorado. 1st and 10 from the 30. Welliver to throw, and he wants Porter, who holds on again. 2nd down and 1 from the 39. Welliver to throw. Dorian Tobin wide open up the seam, and he's got a first up to the 42 in Colorado territory. Things are just clicking for Welliver at the moment. 1st and 10. So he will hand off to Robinson. Cannot make anybody miss and does not go very far. From the 40, it's a 3rd and 9. We're probably out of Zach Costanzo field goal range. Diving play from Marcus Angler. Gets the first up to the 26. Marcus Angler has not been very involved in this offense so far this season, but looks like that is changing today. Bring a man in motion. It's Shamar Porter, but it's the fake jet, and it'll go to Robinson, the other senior, and he gets 5. Shamar Porter and Dorian Tobin not on the field for this next play. This goes to Brock Montgomery on the drag route. He'll get the first. From the 13, 3 minutes left to play here in the half. So we bring Schmizniak in motion, and it's the jet touch pass for him, and he'll find the end zone for the 2nd time today. The redshirt freshman receiver, the route running specialist, Dalton Schmizniak, to the end zone, and it's going to be 28-7 for the UConn Huskies. There's still time on the clock for Colorado, but UConn does start with the football. in the second half. Kind of a must-score situation here for Colorado. I don't feel like that's crazy to say, even though it is still only the second quarter. They are running the football here, though. Welch met by Johnny McNulty. A little help from Corin Daly brings him down. 2nd and 8. They, of course, are still in the hurry-up. 3 minutes left to play. It's a fake to Welch, a keeper. Lovelace reads it properly, makes the tackle. Already 5 on the day for him. So now it's a 3rd and 6 from their own 20. If they fail here, there's an opportunity for even more points for UConn. They hand it off to Welch, and he will get the first, as Hutchison and Santos combine for the tackle. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to play, as this is a screen set up for the receiver, and down he goes. It's Cam Michael, who's injured again. They must have brought him back in before he was ready. He was injured on their last drive, if you remember. Fowler out of the shotgun, 2nd and 11 from the 30. He does look to pass, all kinds of time, an excellent pocket, finding his target. He is short of the first, but did head out of bounds, which makes it a 3rd and 1. Although the clock kept moving. I guess they're saying he did not get out of bounds, or they just didn't stop the clock for whatever reason. As here on 3rd and 1, Raheem Lovelace. Have a day, young man. In the backfield with the TFL. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning, but Colorado will have to punt it away. Who knows what's up with this Colorado team? They are really a good football team on paper, but just have not had a great season outside of the one victory over the Ohio State Buckeyes, which doesn't even look that good at this point. As we'll throw this for Jackson Harper to get 4. Minute 20 left to play in the half. Welliver back to pass again, trying to get this to Robinson for the halfback screen. He gets the first. That did not set up very nicely. 1st and 10 from the 38. So Welliver's back to throw again, and he wants Harper. Throws it behind him where only he can grab it. We'll burn our second timeout here. 47 seconds. So we're back to pass again. And we've got Darrell Robinson, who just goes down at the 49, but that's an easy first for UConn. So 30 seconds left to play as we're back to pass again. And Welliver wants Dalton Schmizniak. He has it punched out at the very end. He had a step, maybe slightly underthrown there from Welliver. That gives us a 2nd down and 10. We're back to pass again. A blitz on its way. Lob one up for Porter. He just drops it. That was not forced out. That's just a straight up drop from our best receiver. Welliver wasn't happy about it. Got a lot of backup receivers in the game now. 3rd and 10 from the 49. We're going to call a timeout. Bring our starters back on the field. So big 3rd down here. Could find some extra points if we can get this completed. A deep shot from Welliver to Porter, knocked away. And it's 4th and 10. We'll punt it away. And that should end the half. I doubt they go for much here. So with 5 seconds left, they did call a timeout after a run play. So it looks like they are going to take a shot down the field. He wants it all. There's a man in coverage there. It's Robert Butts. It is completed, actually, but they ran out of time. So that brings us to the half, and it's a big lead for UConn, 28-7. Just looking good all the way around. And as I mentioned, UConn with the ball to start the second half. Could extend this lead even further as Robinson fumbles the football, and it is recovered by Colorado. Scratch that. UConn doesn't start with the football, basically. Now Colorado gets it for free on the UConn side of the field. A big hit there. And Darrell Robinson, not much of a fumbler. He does not fumble often, but Billy Sizemore forces it out with a big hit. And this is a significant opportunity for Colorado. They can get back into the game with a touchdown here. They'd only be down 2 scores as Welch gets the carry, tripped up by Hepburn after a pickup of 7. Now it's 2nd down and 3 from the 28. And they are setting up another screen. It's for the wide receiver, Cam Michael, who is back in the game once again, not injured on this play. Man in motion is Michael, but it's a fake to him and a keeper for the quarterback. He does get this off to Michael in time, though, and it picks up 2 yards to set up a 3rd and medium. Empty set for Fowler. 7 yards to go for the first. They've got to reach about the 7-yard line. It's Fowler. All kinds of time. Great pocket, but underthrowing Welch. And that is incomplete. They'll settle for a field goal attempt. And on 4th and 7, the kick is on its way. He missed already once today, but not this time. Right down the middle. 28-10, still in favor of the Huskies. Robinson's still in the game even after the fumble. UConn only up 18 now, as Robinson will get the carry, takes another big hit, holds on though, but does lose a yard, and now he's experiencing some wear and tear. Let's take him out of the game. So you'll see a lot more Shaq McBath, a lot more Max Cadet. 2nd and 11 from the 18 as we're back to pass, and McBath going to get an opportunity immediately, and he does hold on for a pickup of 6 to make it a 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 here as Welliver will look to throw, and he wants Porter, gets it to him, has the first easily, and up to the 36. So on 2nd and 10, go to the air here, and that's for Dan Sanders, but it's a missed throw from Welliver, and now it's 3rd and 10. From the 36 as Welliver's back to pass again. Hit as he throws, tried to get it to Tobin quickly. Big blitz from the Buffaloes. 4th down, we'll punt it away. They have an opportunity to chip away at this lead even more. 1st and 10, Colorado. Fowler will keep it, and it's a great read option there as he'll pick up somewhere close to 15 yards. I mentioned he's not the fastest, but he can run a little bit. He's pretty athletic. From the 47, just under 7 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Fowler to throw, check down, finding his target. That's Cordell Russell again. Now it's a 2nd down and 2, and Fowler's under center. Welch is in the backfield, and it is a fake handoff, but look who's in the backfield again. It's Raheem Lovelace, making it a 3rd and 10. He's just unconscious today. So probably going to be a pass here on 3rd down and 10. And it's actually a setup running back screen. The blockers are there. Welch does not follow them very well, though. And Santos and Chadwick force the stand. It's going to be another long field goal attempt. This is a very long field goal attempt. He missed from 48. Now it's from 58. Kick on its way. And that one is actually good. So it must have been a fluke miss from the 48. He hits from 10 yards deeper. Now it's 28-13. The offense has kind of lost its mojo in the last couple of drives. 1st and 10 from the 23. Welliver back to pass and taking a deep shot for Dorian Tobin, who makes the grab and holds on through the hit. It was actually fairly well covered by the safety. Tobin didn't care. It's a huge 1st down pickup up to the Colorado 31. On the big 1st and 10, it's a fake to McBath, and then looking to throw for Welliver, nearly intercepted. That's very well played by the linebacker. On 2nd and 10 from the 31, it's play action again, and we're looking to throw, but it's incomplete. Too much pressure, as they felt like they just let them through immediately. So now it's a 3rd and 10 for UConn. Blitz on its way, and that's very well played again from this defense. 4th and 10, this is a 48-yarder. Can Costanzo get on the board with a long field goal? Kick on its way, veering to the left, and he missed it. Did not judge for the wind correctly, and it pushed it too far to the left. No good. And the door is open for Colorado. They've only managed to get into the end zone the one time, though. So as long as the defense can keep preventing them from getting 6, we're looking pretty good as Welch meets Hutchison meets Terrell. That's a 1st, though. Now in the pistol with Welch behind him, it's Fowler. 1st and 10 from their own 41. Calling an audible, and he'll hand off Welch again. And man, the run blocking there is just incredible. Raheem Lovelace getting double teamed down the field. Now it's a 1st and 10 from the 45. Will they continue to go to the ground? 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Fowler calling an audible again. And they will not go to the ground this time. Fowler, all kinds of time to throw until Townsend gets in the backfield and gets the 3rd sack of the day for UConn. Now it's 2nd and 12 from the 46. Fowler's out of the shotgun again. Welch to his left. It's an RPO caught by Michael, but nowhere to go as it's no gain. 3rd and 12 coming up. This is a critical part of the game for sure for Colorado. Fowler back to pass. Seam over the middle, knocked down by Raheem Lovelace. He is everywhere today. Getting sacks, getting TFLs, forcing fumbles, and now deflecting a pass. Colorado punts it away. And it was a really good punt as it pins us inside our own 5 at the 4. Max Cadet going to get the carry here. Not much to work with. Does get 4 yards. Darrell Robinson back in the game. no longer experiencing wear and tear issues. 2.5 left in the third quarter as Robinson gets the carry. And scratch that. He's immediately injured on the very next play. I checked to make sure he didn't have any wear and tear. He didn't. And now he's taken out of the game with an injury. That is concerning for sure. 3rd and 6. As Welliver to throw, wants Dalton. Schmizniak falls forward. He's short of the first. It's a bruised hand for Darrell Robinson. Do we punt it away on 4th and inches? This is a very risky move, but I'm keeping the offense on the field. Gonna see if Welliver can get the QB sneak. He pushes through the middle and he gets the first. Robinson back in the game again. I might just bench him for the rest of it. He's still experiencing that wear and tear, and they already brought him back in even after the injury. We are officially shutting down Robinson for the rest of the game. It'll be Max Cadet and Shaq McBath the rest of the way. Cadet getting the carry here and getting the first up to the 29. 4th quarter officially underway after that. From the 32, it's 2nd and 7, and Welliver to throw, finding the backup tight end. That's Dan Sanders, the true freshman. Falls forward to make it a 3rd and 1. Big 3rd and 1 here from the 38. Cadet gets the carry, and he's gonna be stopped in his tracks. The run blocking just not there at all. And this time we're not going to go for it on a 4th down. We will punt it away. Still a 2-possession lead for the Huskies, but we have yet to score in the second half. 28-13. Kind of feel like we lost all of our offensive momentum since the Darrell Robinson fumble to start the 3rd quarter. But the good news is the defense is playing quite well today. 2nd down and 7. Welch, it's a fake. And then Fowler throws, met immediately, but holds on. That's Draylon Miller. So 1st and 10 for Colorado. Welch still in the backfield. Picks up a block on Corin Daly, but Fowler runs into D'Angelo Townsend, and the quarterback, Dante Fowler, is injured. Colorado gonna have to bring in a backup quarterback for at least a snap. It's looking like it's gonna be the senior Ryan Staub, who does not have the same speed, but does have similar accuracies, a little bit worse short and deep, but a bit better medium. So the senior getting his chance. Ryan Staub into the game. 2nd down and 13 is what he's inherited. Good pocket here for Staub. Missed throw on his first attempt. Makes it a 3rd and 13. Don't have to be as scared of the rushing ability with Staub. 3rd and 13 from the 47, and it's a setup running back screen. Joey Terrell gets blocked, and Cam Chadwick saves the first, but they're going to go for it on 4th down and 3. Still Staub in the game from the 43. 8.5 left to play. It's a direct snap to the running back. Jukes Corin Daly and gets the first. That's Baldwin in the backfield, as I guess Welch needed a breather, but they run with tempo, so they're not going to get Welch back on the field. Wide receiver wide open over the middle. Tackled down inside the 10 all the way up to the 6. And it's a 1st and goal. Staub leading this offense very well. From the 6, a 1st down and goal. It's a fake. Staub going to carry it. Townsend there. Broken tackle, but Hepburn cleans it up. Now a 2nd and goal from the 10. Still Baldwin in the backfield. It's an RPO, though. And a tackle from Robert Butts makes it a 3rd and goal from the 4. Big 3rd down and goal here. Welch is back in the game, bringing a receiver in motion. And Staub will look to throw out of the pistol towards the end zone. Knocked away by Cam Chadwick. Now it's a big time 4th down and goal. Throws corner end zone. He misses him. I believe that was still Staub. I did not get a good look. Let's take a look at the replay. It's a turnover on downs, and that's basically the game. No, it was Fowler back in the game. They brought him back in for the 4th and goal. And to be honest with you, he had his man. Cam Michael beat Cam Chadwick, the Cam versus Cam battle, beat him off the line pretty bad, and it's just a missed throw. Fowler maybe not ready to come back into the game there. They kind of forced him into it, perhaps. And he misses the throw. And it's interesting because Staub was playing well. It does pin us very deep, though. 2nd and 10 from our own 4, as Cadet will get 4 yards here to set up a 3rd and 6. From the 8, Welliver to throw, wants Dalton, and he falls forward. It's the exact same situation as the last drive. 4th and inches. It's the exact same situation. We're doing the exact same thing. 4th and inches from our own 13. Welliver, number 13, gets it done with the QB sneak. Does seem like the QB sneak might be a little bit overpowered in this game in those types of situations. Let me know if you don't want me to use it in the future. I'm happy to leave it out of the options. Shaq McBath in the backfield. He'll get the carry, and he will get the first, laid out at the 26. 3.5 minutes left to play. One more first down would pretty much put it away. Max Cadet fumbles. He's fumbled a few times, and he does it again. 2nd and 14 after the big loss. It's looking like it's not going to matter either way, but cannot have fumbles in these critical situations. And Cadet's done that a couple times this season. Probably would have been wise for Colorado to decline that holding penalty. It would have been 3rd and 15. But now we get 2 more downs to burn even more clock. Like I was always going to run the ball, but just cook the clock as much as I can. I think that's a little bit of a mistake there. We're now inside the 2-minute warning. We would not have been able to get to the 2-minute warning if they had left it on 3rd and 15. But now it's a 3rd and 23, and we'll just hand the ball off again. Obviously, a first down would be ideal. Shaq McBath, he's gonna get the first. He's past midfield up to the enemy 40. What a play by Shaq McBath. And that one is the dagger. I cannot believe that. So it's a 4th down and 2. Shaq McBath did actually just exit with an injury. So we're currently on halfback 4. This is Dan Boyd in the backfield. The reason we're going for it here is because if we get it, the game's over. And the field goal doesn't really help us a ton. Plus, I don't think he's guaranteed to make it. And Colorado's going to have to drive the length of the field twice. It's a bruised knee for Shaq McBath. To me, it just basically felt like there was no chance. And I felt like we had a decent chance to get the first, although that failed up the seam. Oh no, I'm going to eat my words immediately. Draylon Miller into the end zone, touchdown Colorado. Well, they got the one they needed out of the way instantaneously. They do not have any more timeouts though. They'll need an onside kick recovery plus a 2-point conversion to tie this game up. It's unlikely, but not impossible. So now an onside kick attempt. This has got me nervous. Why do I feel like they're going to succeed? This one goes back behind, but it's recovered by Dalton Schmizniak, who goes down, and that is finally game over. A game that looks closer on the scoreboard than it actually was. We were up 28-7 at halftime. Could not find the end zone in the second half. Really struggled with the run game kind of all day today. And it kind of left Welliver in some bad situations. They were able to get some really good blitzes off and just could not find the end zone in the second half, which has kind of been a theme of this team for a long time, although it felt like we had broken that ever since Welliver took over as quarterback, but not today. Colorado team fought back pretty hard, but came up just short. 28-20 is your final. UConn now 6-1 in the conference, by the way, 7-2 on the season. If we take a look at player stats, there's another really good game for Welliver, 26 for 39, but I'd point out that he was 20 for 28 heading into halftime. 66% completion percentage, 3 touchdown passes. In the running game, it was Robinson with 72 yards, 5.5 per carry. Honestly, that's pretty good. Shaq McBath, of course, had that huge carry at the end of the game, but did exit with an injury after that. Dalton Schmizniak, this is his first week really getting involved in a big way. Did have 6 catches and had 2 touchdowns, one of which was on the jet touch pass. He is a really, really good route runner, and so is Porter. So I feel like if there's somebody who's sort of a one-to-one comparison, Schmizniak is a lot more like Porter than really any of the other freshmen or sophomores that we have on the roster. So I think he's definitely taken over that wide receiver 1 Shamar Porter type role in the future, whereas Tobin is, I think, definitely more of a slot guy where he's just going to beat you with his speed. 9 pancake blocks for Torian Johnson. In terms of defense, Raheem Lovelace was a menace today. 7 solo tackles, leads the team. 15 total tackles, leads the team. 4 TFLs, leads the team. 2 sacks, leads the team. I mean, he's got to be the defensive player of the week in the Big 12. That is insane. He, of course, had the pass deflection. He forced a fumble, which was returned by Joey Terrell for the fumble 6 at the very beginning of the game. I mean, you want to talk about a legacy game. Raheem Lovelace just had one. So after that, UConn 7-2, looking really good so far. Probably need to win out the rest of the season to have a shot at a playoff bid. We'll go ahead and advance the week. Randy Radovich, the corner, the 4-star corner from Pennsylvania, has committed. Greg Claypool, the right tackle from Florida, has committed. And Raheem Lovelace does win Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. I wouldn't be shocked if he wins it for the nation as well. And he does. Raheem Lovelace, National Defensive Player of the Week. Crazy thing about Raheem is that he feels so new to the team still. He's a junior this season, and he is a guy that might declare for the NFL draft. He is that type of player. He's a 90 overall. And I know a lot of you guys probably watch Mr. Hurricane as well. He has a house rule where if a guy is projected to be a top 3 draft pick, he's not going to try to convince them to come back. I like that house rule a lot. I think that's super fair. I think that if you're a guy like Raheem Lovelace and you could go in the first round, then you're absolutely going to leave in your junior season. And there's really no reason to think that we could talk them back into it in a real life setting. So I'm going to use that house rule as well. So if we have players in the future that are top 3 draft picks projected, we're not going to try to convince them to stay. If they're 4 or lower, we can try to talk them back into it. If we look at the college football playoff bracket, we are now the 7 seed. We'd be playing Oregon in the playoffs, and then we would play Clemson if we were to win that. So here's the current top 25. Number 1 is North Carolina. It doesn't really make sense that they wouldn't be the number 1 team in the college football playoff bracket then, but alas. We are currently ranked 6th in the country after that win over Colorado, one of two-loss teams in that sort of top 6. There's Georgia as well as Oregon and Tennessee in the top 10 with 2 losses. Georgia Tech was one of the top 4 teams in that bracket we saw. They are 8-1, winning 20-17 over USF this past week. And then to round out your top 25, Stanford is at the bottom. And then, yeah, look at this. Tulsa, the only team in the top 25 that is completely undefeated. UAB, by the way, the reigning national champions, aren't even in the top 25 anymore. They have completely dropped off a cliff. Here's a look at the Big 12 standings, and here is UAB. And like I said, they are the reigning national champions, went on a Cinderella run out of the American last season and won it all. They're now 5-4. They're struggling on the road, it appears, 2-3 this season there. We, however, appear to be a road team. We are undefeated on the road this season, and before that win against Colorado, we were only 2-2. At home, now 3-2. Something's up with the schedules because for some reason Baylor has played 7 home games and so far only 2 road games. I unfortunately don't have control over other teams' schedules, although they did make a scheduling update recently, so maybe I'll have a little bit more control in the next offseason. Right now, it's looking like it's us and Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship. We have both won 5 in a row. But anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and for the continued support. And thank you to the channel members. If you want to become a channel member and see your name at the end of every single video, go ahead and hit the join button down below. You can join for as little as $1, and be sure to hit up the Discord. But if you find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that sub button for me. It does help me out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next episode, where we'll face off against Liberty and potentially finish out the regular season.